this is Tuesday, December 30th, 2025, and it's the evening, and it's a good evening. Everything's going well. I can't complain much, but then again, it's kind of hard to get a complaint when you've emptied out your apartment and, your technology is basically in need of being replaced, and that's about it. So it's kind of hard to have problems when things are brought down to this level, but that's why I brought them down to this level, is so that it's a little bit easier to deal with problems. It seems like if I have problems and stuff, and I'm just kind of minimally living and stuff, it seems like not as much of a catastrophe when something goes wrong, just because I'm living minimally. So that's kind of the tactic I'm taking on things, and I'm saving up money and rationing my food, and so. But today was kind of a no-play day, just because I was supposed to practice my canna and do Ableton today, but instead of practicing canna and doing Ableton, I actually went grocery shopping, and I just rested, really. I rested lots of the day. I actually just went to sleep just a moment ago and was dreaming, having a nightmare. But nightmare, at this point in time, I consider a nightmare sort of a form of dream, so I'm just like, whatever, right? But I'm just happy to dream again, and, even if it's a nightmare, I'm happy to have dreams and go to sleep and stuff like that, just because, for a long time there, I was not really dreaming, and, I don't know, it seemed like I was kind of having troubles with sleeping, and I'd rather have no troubles with sleeping. So let's think about it. That's my day, and my day is good, and my week. I didn't really do my weekly stuff. Maybe I'll try and do some canna after I'm done this audio log. I'll try to squeeze in some canna today, but what is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Wednesday, right? So maybe I'll do canna and Ableton tomorrow. I'll just do it on Wednesday instead of today. So, I have something to kind of focus on tomorrow, is canna and Ableton tomorrow instead of doing it today. But today I just picked up a bunch of groceries, and I stayed pretty solid about that kind of thing. So, the month, it's basically the end. It's almost New Year's. It's almost like a new year, and it's going to be exciting. The next year and stuff is going to be good. I think that next year's summer is going to be like this year's summer, and this year's summer was really good. I got a tan, and it was really nice and stuff. So I'm hoping that this next year, I know almost certainly that this next year's summer is going to be like last year's summer, and it's going to be just a nice summer, man. And I'm really looking forward to it, because I'm going to do some skateboarding, and the weather's going to be nice, and I'm going to be smoking pot, and I'm not going to really have as much to worry about. In the past, I kind of had friends to worry about and stuff, and the only friends I really have to worry about now are fucking Scott and Chad, and that's about it. Those are the only friends that I have to worry about now. So, and I had a drink with Chad just recently. He gave me a drink, and Scott took my empties and stuff, and Scott hooked it up with some energy drinks. So that was cool. And, I'll continue being friends with Scott and Chad in the building. And I think that's what I'm supposed to do. And, I guess, I'll forget about all these other friends that I had that just don't seem to matter, really. That one guy seemed like he was, trying to get a bunch of friends, and it didn't seem to really be working and stuff, As it goes to show you, just because you try to get a bunch of friends doesn't mean that it really works. But, I just am in love with that Alexandra again. I really like that Twyla in the building too. I like Twyla and I like Alexandra, and I miss Alexandra, and I wish things hadn't have gone so bad, but she was actually sick with autism, so of course they went bad. Of course, but I suppose she's just a girl trying to figure life out, and she became like a 5-star lawyer trying to figure life out, and that's she's done a pretty good job of figuring life out, that Alexandra Catchpole. And I met her when she was young, and she was just trying to figure life out and stuff, and I guess that's what she's done. Being a 5-star lawyer, she got a job, and I heard that she moved in with some woman and she had adopted a kid or something, but I don't know how true that is. You never know with the internet. You just hear through the grapevine, But if that's the case, I'm mondo proud of her and happy for her and stuff, and I wish I could meet her again and get to know her again, because what happened between me and her was sad, and I had troubles living with what happened there, just because it was so sad. But she was sick, and what do you expect? Do you expect not sad with somebody who's so sick? Just sort of a sad story with this sick girl I met in school, and I just don't know what to do. It puts me off, and I feel like I should do something, but I don't know. But just taking a look around with my audio logging and stuff, and what is there to say? I'm kind of waiting for some mail to come, my annual mail to come in the mail, and I'm waiting for it still, and it's kind of got me on edge, and I'm not really sure what's going on with the mail and stuff, but it usually comes through every year, what I'm waiting for in the mail, and I just hope things work out. I haven't been asked to do paperwork for the building yet, but sometimes I have to do paperwork for the building. I know, I'm just waiting for life to kind of settle down, because ever since that emergency in the hospital, I've been on new medications, and I've just been waiting for life to settle down. It's been about a year of these new meds, a year of these new meds, and I kind of like how they make me feel and stuff, but I still need to really focus and let my body get used to these new medications, man, because I just feel like that's the best thing, and that's what's going to happen and what should happen, and yeah. So I guess that's the idea. I guess if I can remember, tomorrow I'll try and do Ableton and do some Canna. Maybe I'll do some Canna tonight. But Let's think. What else is there to say? I don't know. It's New Year's, and we're going into a new year, and I'd like to kind of say that I miss my family a lot. I still wish that it was like how I was when I was a kid. In some ways, just because my mom was alive, and my mom was a person that I really loved a lot. I loved her a lot, and I really miss her. And I had two sisters, and they were kind of bratty sisters, but I still love them. And then there was my stepdad, and my stepdad was kind of an ass, but there was times where I could tolerate him. And I kind of miss my old house and my old home and my family and stuff. Just because there were nights, there were times when we felt like a family, and there were nights that came peacefully on the farm and stuff, where everybody was sort of part of the family, and we were just a family on a farm, and they were nice nights. There was a nice feeling to it. It had a nice feeling to it. Just sort of like a cozy family, just getting by. In the 90s, and the only problem was that my mother was working really hard, and so was my stepdad, and everybody was kind of working really hard and stuff, and it was kind of lame. Just because in order to have a nice farm like that, you got to work your ass off, right? Not only off the farm, but on the farm as well, and it was kind of lame like that, but I miss it kind of, especially around New Year's and Christmas time and stuff. I kind of miss my family, and I was talking to Bolsover Castle and stuff like that, and it's just Bolsover is sort of on my mom's side, Castle on my mom's side and stuff, and I was just kind of talking about it, and huh. So I don't know. I can't really think of anything else to say though. I don't want this audio log to drag on for too long, but I just feel kind of empty tonight. And these audio logs, they sure help me with my empty feelings. I can listen to this after I'm done recording it and get some sense of togetherness with myself. And that's what I really like about these audio logs, is that they do that. They give me some kind of time with myself, and it's kind of nice. But sending out these audio logs to my girlfriends and my dad online, is basically the main idea of these audio logs is I can send these off to my girlfriends and my dad, and if it seems like a more important audio log and stuff, I'll post it on my website, But I just need to get back into music production, man. I need to start producing songs again, just because I produced my album, and it just keep on going, keep on keeping on with it, I guess. Just however many albums I can get done. It's enjoyable. I mean, how many albums do you think that Thomas Dolby guy has done? He's probably done lots of albums, that guy, man. I know that there's the same relationship with music as I do, and same song building abilities as I do, but these older musicians probably have got lots of work done, man. It just kind of goes without saying that they're older musicians, so they have more work done. But okay, I better end this log. Okay, end this log. Bye.